Vermeer lived his whole life in Delft, which was an important centre of trade. His close relationship with the city is captured in what many believe to be one of the greatest cityscapes ever painted, View of Delft. The French writer Marcel Proust thought it was the most beautiful painting he'd ever seen. In his monumental novel In Search of Lost Time, published in 1913, he created a character, an art critic, who is fatally overcome by Vermeer's genius.
He was in front of that Vermeer which he remembered as dazzling, more different than all that he had known, but where, thanks to the critic's article, he noticed for the first time small blue figures, and he also noticed that the sand was pink, and finally, the precious matter of that small patch of yellow wall. His dizzy spells increased. Like a child striving to grasp a yellow butterfly, his glance would attach itself to that precious small patch of wall. It's thus, he thought, that I should have written. My last books are too dry. They should have had several layers of colour, should have rendered my phrase precious, just like this small patch of yellow wall. Nevertheless, the seriousness of his dizzy spells would not leave him. He repeated to himself, little patch of yellow wall, with a dormer. But now he let himself fall on a circular settee. He fell to the floor where all the museum visitors and guards rushed to him. He was dead.
People have commented on how the shadows in the water have been extended, and actually in X-rays you see they're extended. They were in one place, then they're in another place, and other adjustments are made. And through where the light is cast on a building, Vermeer couldn't have recorded the pattern of light, shade, color, everything else in like an hour, which he would have to, given the lighting conditions outside, much less than that. This is the product of artistic decisions over months. So he's really pointing the viewer in certain directions. Another fascinating thing, which is almost never mentioned, is the clouds above the View of Delft. And they are deeply shaded on the underside. I actually think he probably saw a painting by Jacob van Ruisdael and lifted this idea, but he's looking at other landscapists. And quite as the landscape itself recedes over the water and back to the city, you could get the same effect turning the picture upside down and feel that sense of recession. In other words, the clouds create a ceiling that seems to be going into the picture and enhancing the depth also.
But look at all details, and especially a detail, for instance, with the boats in front. I like all the different kinds of colors he used just to suggest it has probably just rained, so these boats are wet. You see the reflection of the light because the sun is coming through again. This is really the mastery of the paint. And how did he do it? It's all kinds of different colors, different brush strokes, and you believe it. So when you see the painting, when you would enter the Vermeer room in the Mauritshuis, you would see this painting. It's almost like a window, an extra window in the room. Then you come close by, then of course you see it's a painting. And if you get even more close by, you really do see the paint, you see the skin,